Hello everyone and welcome back to Fawn of the Forest, the tarot channel for sweet, sensitive woodland creatures. Today's reading is about why did they block you? We're going to try to get into their energy to understand their reasons for blocking you. And if you haven't played with us before, we have 3 piles for you to choose from. This is a pick a card reading. I'm going to spin the wheel. So when I spin the wheel, you'll see a bunch of different numbers pop up on the screen. You can screenshot using your phone if you have one, or if you're watching this on a TV, you can take a picture, and whatever pile you land on is your pile. Or you can just choose whichever number draws you more. So without further ado, let us spin, and I will see you in the reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This reading is a spell that will align pile number 1 with their brightest destiny and highest good. We all create our own futures, and it's important to tap into our own personal sense of responsibility and autonomy. So take what you like from this reading and leave the rest. But let's go into why did they ghost you? Let's just get right, not ghost you. Why did they block you? Excuse me. Why did they block you? And we have Lilith, the snake in the first creation, and Bambi to help us with our readings today. Another fawn of the forest, part of the community. Why did they block you? So I'm in their energy, and I'm looking here at the 6 of Pentacles, which is, on one hand, they feel that their act of blocking is an act of generosity. They feel that they're trying to, yeah, it's interesting. Like, they might sense that you and them are not in a healthy place right now. With this Fool reversed, like, so when the Fool is upright, it's like being naive. When it's reversed, it's about like knowing what you're doing. So, I mean, you could read this as, yeah, they're trying to cut off contact as a form of generosity, and really not kind of like play any games. Like, they know what they're doing. They could also read it as, you know what you're doing, and maybe you even know why they're doing it to some extent. And the Empress reversed is like cutting. It's like not like nurturing. It's about like letting people take care of themselves as opposed to jumping in and taking care for them. So I do see so far a lot of like the energy I'm getting is around like preservation and kind of like trying to break a cycle that I think they've realized is not really working. We have the 10 of Cups here, which is like, it's the happily ever after card. It can also mean like multiplying, like, maybe, I think that this card is so interesting because it's saying like there are different scenarios in which this has happened for someone, and it's kind of like, no, I mean, I don't want to say it quite like that. It's more like this is a pattern. I feel like this is the pattern card. It's just what I'm seeing. And then we have the 7 of Cups reversed, which I think is like breaking a pattern. I do see a lot of breaking patterns. I see like fighting, like being the underdog, having to do something tough. The word that comes to my mind too when I see this is like salutary, which means like, it's kind of like doing something in the meantime that's not really fun or enjoyable, but getting a long-term goal from it or like benefit from it. Like, for example, like a salutary vaccine or something like that, like, you know, like getting your flu shot where it's like it's painful and it hurts, but then it's supposed to protect you from the flu, things like that, you know. Or like, you know, exercising, like, yeah, it's not the most fun thing in the moment, but you reap the benefits. Or going to bed early, all these things. And they know that it's not going to be easy. I think that they feel, though, that you would understand why they're doing this. It's almost like they're like, I know that this connection right now is going to destabilize you. So I'll block you. And I do feel like it's not coming from a mean place. It's about trying to like break a cycle. It's about trying to change like a long-standing pattern, not just with them maybe, but with you. Like maybe, I don't know how well you know this person, but they might be like, yeah, you tend to get attached, or they like know that you have a tendency towards certain patterns that aren't healthy in like relationships. It could also be for them, but wanting to change a pattern, a cycle, I'm seeing. Huh, interesting. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups here in the middle, which is like immature communication. Not in like a terrible way or anything, just like it's like immature, and it's not going over well. Me, I feel like the connection between you guys was having some friction. It was having some problems. And the Two of Swords is like, could be like a decision or a separation. And I think it's like, yeah, it's both in this case. It's reversed, and it's like the decision to separate. The Magician is reversed. So it's about like not being able to produce something, not being able to like make something physical happen. Like not necessarily like physical bodies, but like, you know, like producing something, not able to like make it happen. And maybe this is somebody, for some of you watching, who like you were in like a talking or casually dating or something like that. Or it could have been like a friendship or something too. But it's like, I don't see that they felt that they had the wherewithal to give you what you wanted. And that you were going to try to stick around and try to win them over, or convince them to be like, oh, I can give this person, you, what you want. But that's just not the case. And I think they're like, no, I know that I can't. And so, so this has to be separated. This has to be not working hard. Okay. Eight of Pentacles reverse is like not working hard, in my opinion. That's how I see this card in this spread. Like kind of being lazy. Yeah, kind of like the little red hen, like the cow and the pig were like, not I, I'm not going to do that work. I think that, yeah, so I think I'm shifting into your energy, which is what I like to do in these readings. I start with their energy, but then at some point the reading shifts to you who are watching. And that's a good thing, because you're the one here and we can kind of talk about next steps for you. So I do think that right now you're just like, I don't care about breaking my patterns. I want this person in my life. You're like, go, go, go with the Chariot. Let's just go forward. I don't care if I get hurt. I don't care about getting hurt. And you're like taking it as a rejection. Like, no, I'm trapped out in the cold. But let's see. I don't know if that's like, you know, that like might be how you feel now. Wheel of Fortune. Not getting what you want. Yes, there's a lot of not getting what you want. Okay, yeah, you're like disappointed. I think that these cards are saying like, let yourself feel sad about it. Let yourself feel upset. Like, yeah, you didn't get what you wanted, and it sucks. And it might not be the first time, right? Like a lot of us don't get what we want many times, but we have to keep going. And I think, you know, try not to personalize it. Try not to get super like blamey towards yourself, or be like, see, this is what always happens to me. It's more like, all right, this didn't work out this time. Like, that's life. Like, you spin the wheel like you did earlier when we spin the wheel, when we do these tarot readings, and you just land on whatever. It's like up to chance. And it's just, you know, like you could try really, really hard to make something, I'm seeing like square peg round hole, and you have done that. And I think that like, whether it's conscious or not, the person who's blocked you is like, yeah, like, I don't want to be that person, or I just know I can't give this person what they want. And maybe they perceive that you are the type of person who would just still stick around and try to fight for something, and they don't want to put you through that. I am getting kind of like a caring kind of thing. I don't want to put you through that. All right, releasing of a burden with the 10 of Wands reversed. So Yeah, I think it's about taking people off their pedestals, and it's about not getting caught up in like attraction also. Because when the Knight of Wands comes up, it's like um I mean, for like my readings, it tends to have a certain sexual charge, but it's reversed here. And I think like yeah, it's like you have these ideas of who these people that you like are when you start talking to them or start, you know, relating to them. But then it like turns, goes sideways, and they end up not being able to give you what you want. Like these two court cards are like reversed here. And instead of seeing that as like, all right, they can't give me what I want, so, you know, it sucks, but I'm gonna have to move on. Like you tend to hold on, but this Ten of Wands here is releasing that burden. I see like that being the thing. Like, can you use this chance in this like moment in your life to, instead of trying to clutch onto something that you recognize on some level isn't working for you, that you instead just let it go. You know, can you have like an open hand, like open the hand and like let it go? And that's, you know, easier said than done. But I see that as being like kind of the direction that you're being called to do. Kind of like easy come, easy go. And I know that's not so easy, but that's what the cards are saying. So pile number one, I hope that reading was helpful for you. If you liked that, please like and subscribe so that these readings can be shared with the people who need them. And I look forward to seeing you in our next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. So the question today is, why did they block you? How do you guys know when you're blocked, by the way? I'm just curious. How do you know? I guess I should be able, I mean, I can Google. I just didn't even realize, like, how do you know when you're blocked? Is it because they don't respond? But let's go into why, and let's intend that this reading is for your brightest destiny and highest good. Take what you like and leave the rest. All right, let's get into their energy. Conflict. Okay. Yeah, I see them avoiding conflict. Five of Wands reversed, avoiding conflict. Yeah, it's like a discomfort with people that leads to avoiding conflict. We have the Nine of Wands here, upright, which is like, I fought this battle, but it wasn't, I was, you know, I got hurt. Like he has a bandage on his head, you know. And then we have the Page of Wands. I realize I'm reading them backwards, but whatever. That's how they're showing up to me. I'm just going with it. Page of Wands is like a calamity that comes from, maybe not calamity. That's a strong word, but like something that comes from like doing something too quickly, like kind of being like too impulsive. And I think that maybe, yeah, they overestimated their attraction, but they felt like this was too impulsive. They started to feel constricted, like, I can't breathe. And it was like, yeah, they got turned upside down, and they feel like, I don't know if you guys had a fight or something or any kind of confrontation or any type of argument, but they felt like they had to fight to get out of the situation that they helped create, which is like, all right, well, you know, if you helped create it, then it's kind of on you, you know. But let's see what else. A lot of fives here. Okay. Yeah, they're like, I can't give you what you want. Weirdly, I'm reading all these cards like right to left instead of left to right, which is not my normal, but maybe that says something about them. Are they left-handed or something? I don't know. Or right-handed, whatever. King of Cups, I feel like represents them, and they're upset. I guess, you know, they didn't feel like the relationship had enough substantiality to, like, as mean as this might sound, it's not me saying, it's the cards, to like merit something more official in terms of like, let's not talk anymore or something, I think. Or maybe they did, but it didn't go over. Something like that. But I mean, yeah, I don't see them being happy. I feel like they were upset. They felt overlooked, or like you weren't seeing the full picture. Yeah, it's interesting. And like maybe it's like they tend to blame outwardly more than like, all right, take responsibility. It's that's interesting that that kind of thing is coming up. Like they're just kind of like, oh, well, you know, the situation is the problem or that person is the problem. And they don't, I don't get, again, this is for entertainment purposes, but I just feel that they don't tend to think of themselves as being like responsible for stuff. It's more like people are doing things to them, situations are happening to them. Um, let's see. All right. Ability to like, yeah, okay. So I think it just didn't feel like a balanced, it was just not the way that they saw their lives wanting to go. I'm not saying that you were bad or anything like that. It's more like they just were like, this isn't working for me. This is not what I want to look back on. Um, and so I'm going to bounce pretty much. Yeah. Like I'm going to kind of be stealth. I'm going to be stealth. And yeah, like blocking is pretty stealth, right? Blocking is pretty stealth. Okay, so you, now I know I'm in your energy. Okay, this always happens where I end up ultimately switching into your energy because you're here and I want to give you some words of wisdom for like kind of moving forward if possible. So yeah, you're looking, you know, you're like sad because I see like you have like a history with this person. Probably have some kind of history with them, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video or you wouldn't care. And you wanted things to move forward. Um, I think that they like told you that they didn't want something. Maybe they didn't want the same kind of relationship that you wanted. Um, they didn't see a future. They told you something was making them like they like told you they weren't comfortable with like moving things forward, whatever that meant for you. But I do see you, you know, feeling sad about that. Yes. Wanting to escape. And it's kind of like this energy of, okay, what do I do now? Like, okay, like got rejected or whatever it is, you know, not necessarily rejected, you know, if you got blocked, you got blocked. And it's like, I see you being a little bit like embarrassed, like, let's get out of here. And really though, kind of like, well, what do I do next? Like, where do I go? And I think you're ready for a different kind of relationship than the one they were ready for. So ultimately, I see this being like a good thing. Like this well has run dry, so to speak, and you're not going to get what you want out of it. You're not happy with the way things are right now, which is okay, because it's like, all right, it's better to know that you're not gonna be happy with something now as opposed to like later. And I think that's what this is telling you. That this opens you up for the chance to get out and actually get what you want. Yes, and there will be a new opportunity for that soon. Yes, that's good for you. Okay. Yes, so yeah, it's almost like this stuff is like backwards or something. This reading is very strange to me how it's coming. Like, okay, so the 10 of Wands is like a burden, carrying a burden. Which is interesting that it's showing up here because it's like, all right, I do think there will be an opportunity for another connection. And, but I think like a caveat I see for you is like, don't feel like you have to carry all the weight of a relationship, if that makes sense. Like moving forward, I think just recognize what you bring to the table without having to work really hard and like play a role and be special and be this, like, you know, fulfill some kind of role that is about them. Make it more about us. And, you know, because I think you're a capable person, but it's about also recognizing, yeah, like me just being me is good. I don't have to prove myself. I don't have to jump hoops. I don't have to be extra special. I don't have to be a manic pixie dream girl or boy or person, whatever, like I can just be me. And like that's a burden that I feel like some of you watching have carried with you. And this is an opportunity to look at that and go into new, future relationships where you examine your relationship to that burden of feeling like you need to earn something from the other person. That was something that was maybe taught to you from a younger age, that you have to earn love, you have to fight all the time for it. If it's not real unless it comes easy. And a lot of people like struggle with that, especially when it comes to dating, because it's something that they learned when they were young. Possibly from like unstable, chaotic childhood, inconsistent caregivers, things like that. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, pile number 2. And if you like that, please like and subscribe so this channel can grow and that these videos may find the people who need them the most. And I will see you in your next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is Why Did They Block You? Let's get right into it. Let's get into their energy and try to get a little bit of clarity. 2 of Swords, separation. Yep. Okay. So interesting, the cards coming up. So 2 of Swords is separation. And the Knight of Swords is like rushing into things too fast. And the 5 of Swords, it's interesting. It's all, this could be just like someone that you just had a talking, like texting, verbal, like maybe you didn't even meet in person yet. I don't know, but some of you might. Just because swords, it's all swords in this first pull, and it's like swords are like communication, verbal, writing, stuff like that. Someone you were talking to, perhaps. But I see like the 5 of Swords is like a petty victory. It's also like when like things are missing, like it just didn't have, I see it as being like the separation is because of rushing in and we didn't have the substance to back up the style. It just wasn't like a strong foundation. Yeah, I get that this person is kind of like, this person's kind of like just, single and ready to mingle is the phrase, which I never liked that expression for some reason. I couldn't tell you why, but they're just like, oh yeah, I'm just enjoying playing the field. You know, when people are like, I'm just out there enjoying playing the field. Nothing wrong with that. That's the 3 of Cups. They're having fun, meeting a lot of new people, and I don't think they wanted to get tied down too quickly. It's interesting with like the Page of Pentacles reversed, and it could be money, honestly. There could be something where it's like they don't have a lot of money, or they suspected that you wanted someone with money. But it's like reverse, so it's like them opting out basically. And then the Chariot, yeah, with them, I think they just want to keep going. They're like not interested really in I don't see them as being interested in, and I mean I hope this is not someone you're in a serious relationship with, or we're in. I see this more, and if this pile doesn't resonate, feel free to choose another one. I get the energy of pile number 3 for you guys. It's like more like someone you were talking to, or it was like early stages. That's just the energy that I get. And this person is just like a kid in a candy store. They just want to go, go, go. They don't want to just limit themselves to one type of snack. They want to go, go, go. That's what I'm getting. That's not me saying it, it's cards. So 4 of Swords reverse. This is like burnout. Yeah, burnout. Interesting. Is this your energy, pile number 3? Like, it's next to the Knight of Cups, which is like somebody who's on a mission to, yeah, okay. So I see this interestingly as the both of you together. Queen of Cups, I feel like that's you guys watching, and this person is just like not quite at the level of wanting what you want. And I don't want to say that to demonize them or be like, they're bad. Yeah, they're not serious. It's just like, that's just like not where they're at. They want to, it's like that girls just want to have fun song. I want to be the one to walk in the sun. Like that's like where they're at right now. And I don't know if it's like personal. I think it's just kind of like, they're just like, this is what I want right now. I want to go out and have beautiful experiences. I'm not quite at that level that you watching might be. Yes, but you felt a love connection. Okay, I can tell this is interesting. So the lovers, yeah. I feel like now I'm switching into your energy, pile number 3, and it's like, yeah, you felt a connection with this person. You saw potential. You felt that they were on your level or kind of wanted the same things that you wanted. And but you know, let's get clarification on like the energy between, if this is like the energy between, okay, lack of oops, I don't know if you can see that, lack of collaboration. Okay, so the energy is just like, yeah, I mean, I think that this last pull is saying like, you might be tempted to be like, okay, well, I'll just wait for them to be ready then because I can see the potential. And I think this is saying, no, don't do that. And it's not to say like nothing can ever happen. Obviously, we don't know. But I think that like, don't just put your life on hold. That's cray cray. Yeah, like don't like put your life on hold because they're not like, you know, even if they do grow into like the person that you feel like would be able to meet you where you want to be, there could be like a million other reasons why they don't actually want to collaborate and have a relationship with you. So I think this is just saying like, don't take it personally. It's just chalk it up to experience, babe. That's what I would do with this experience. I would just say, hey, it's another experience, you know, and let's just pull another just quick round for you guys. Just to kind of wrap up. Yeah, it just didn't happen this time. You're still learning how to date and talk to people. And yeah, you feel a little bit like this is a failure with the with the 7 of Swords reversed and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. But dude, you're just getting started. You're just getting started. We all got to start somewhere. Sometimes the place we start isn't so great. It's not like, oh, you know, yeah, we expect to like enter something and hope that it will be wonderful off the bat. But a lot of time we have to face a lot of struggle and rejection and confusion and doubt and stuff, but we have to keep going, and you're just getting started. So like I said before, chalk it up to experience. Try not to internalize this as a failure of yours so much as just like, this is what happens when people interact. Sometimes people are all over the place and it's just about meeting a lot of people and you either connect or you don't. And the more that I can like, you know, see that as just a part of the game of life, the better off you'll be instead of personalizing it. So I hope that was helpful for you, pile number 3, and that this reading brings you to your brightest destiny and highest good. If you like that, please be sure to like and subscribe so that this channel can grow and these videos can find people who need them. And I will see you in the next reading. This has been Fawn of the Forest. Bye.